Okay, so we again start on the daily time frame on the silver chart. What we can see over here is that we are still looking kind of bearish at the moment. We've tested that fair value gap here on the daily time frame, which at the moment is still respected, and we don't have a reaction either to the downside or to the upside from it. We are still waiting to see if that fair value gap here on the daily time frame will be again inverted to the upside and it's gonna act as a support or not. So at the moment we are still looking bearish at the daily time frame. The 4-hour time frame on its half is kind of showing us something different. We've made a push to the downside, failed to take that low over here, made that higher low, and from here on we've made a very solid push to the upside, making a market structure shift above that high over here and leaving behind all that zone over here as an order block on the 4-hour time frame, which we're gonna see if it's gonna be respected. So at the moment I'm going to stick at the 4-hour time frame since it's going to show us a little bit earlier potential, and we're going to aim for that fair value gap extreme over here to be taken out today if we made a reaction from over here. The hourly time frame on its half, what we can see over here is we've got a very solid push from Friday last week, a little bit of consolidation, and then another push to the upside. We've opened that Asian session over here with a consolidating phase. We've managed to sweep the lows, and we've also taken out those lows over here, which actually made an S&T with gold, which failed to take them out, and it only swept the Asian session lows. So at the moment, what we can look for is for silver to be our manipulation pair, and we're gonna take some trades on gold if we have the zones to do so. Gold on its behalf, what we can see over here, we have a very solid push to the upside here on the daily time frame, and we've actually tested the extreme over here on that candle. So our next target on the daily time frame is going to be that fair value gap here, and especially its start of the fair value gap, because we might push to it and react to the downside again, since on a bigger picture we are still looking bearish on the daily time frame. The 4-hour on its half over here, what we can see, push to the upside, making those order blocks over here drop to them, retest, good reaction from them, very solid push to the upside, making another break of structure over here, and leaving behind that fair value gap here, the small one, and also inverting that fair value gap, which at the moment are acting as a support for the price. So I'm expecting a bullish price action here on gold, with the targets over here on the that order block here on the 4-hour time frame, and that extreme over here on the 4-hour time frame as well. We've swept the Asian session lows, and that candle over here is the one which made the S&T, since we failed to take it out, and silver took it, and we also have that small fair value gap here, which is respected by the market. So we are at the moment looking for some potential binds. I'm waiting for a better structure here on the 15-minute chart, maybe a little bit of a push to the upside, leaving behind the fair value gap here with a retest of it, and on the retest I'm going to take a long positions to over here on the chart, which will look something like that. Stop below the S&T low, and the targets all the way up here, 2.36. That will be a very good R for that trade if we manage to see a fair value gap in the upcoming 1 to 2 hours. Euro on the daily time frame, what we can see from Friday is actually kind of strange. We've managed to push to the upside, tested that fair value gap here, and we've made a very solid reaction from it to the downside. So at the moment we cannot be for sure what the market wants to do, but if we are following the 4-hour time frame, we can see the same exact thing. We've actually managed to push a very aggressive leg to the upside, taking out that swing high and leaving behind that fair value gap here on the 4-hour time frame, which at the moment is respected, and we're making a very solid reaction from it with that candle over here on the New York Open. Targets for today will be will be that extreme over here on the 4-hour time frame. And if we invert that fair value gap to, totally, we're gonna see a more bullish push to the upside for the rest of the week. So at the moment, what we are going to look for is a consolidating phase over here. New York Open, sweep of the one lows, making an S&T wind pound, and then a move to the upside, taking out those highs. That will be the idea for today for Euro. Won't take any trades before we see S&T, either with Asian session lows or London lows, but at the moment I'm more looking for long positions since the 4-hour and the hourly time frame are looking very bearish at the very bullish at the moment, and the daily is kind of rejecting. So we're gonna see what the price will give to us. Waiting for a manipulation below London or Asian session lows, and from there I will be looking for long positions. Pound on its half, what we can see over here, kind of a strange market structure over here. We're most likely waiting for another bearish drop or another bullish push to the upside. We're gonna see how the price will react from here. 4-hour time frame, kind of not very good looking. We're pushing to the upside, taking the highs, making a new lower higher lows, but we don't have a clear structure we can use for an entry at that point. So most likely I will be waiting for the pound to make a manipulation and take a trade on euro if it keeps the better structure for the moment. So we're waiting for the exact same structure, either a consolidating phase over here with a sweep of the lows and then a push to the upside, or we're gonna see a sweep of Asian session lows and probably a push to the upside. If we sweep the lows and we keep pushing to the downside, then we don't have trade for today, and we're gonna see what the market will present us tomorrow. So at the moment, we're waiting for Asian on the London session sweeps over here on the euro and pound, gold and silver. We have already made an S&T, so we are looking for a position over here. The daily time frame, the hourly time frame for the moment is not looking perfect, but what we expect is some zone on the 15-minute chart here to form, so we can take a long position. That will be it for today.